My wise mother always says keep a carton of eggs in the fridge because they're so versatile. There are so many dishes you can make with them. Just like this one. This is my asparagus and goat's cheese frittata. And I'm going to show you how to make a family-sized one. So it's fantastic for a really quick dinner. I've preheated my oven to 180 degrees and I've just been heating up my pan. Now you need a large 30cm pan just like this one. A nice non-stick one also makes the difference. And if it goes in the oven, even better, because we're going to finish off this frittata in the oven. Now we'll add a good splash of extra virgin olive oil to the pan, about a tablespoon, along with a few knobs of butter. And we need to start frying our onions. So I've just finely chopped one medium-sized onion. We'll add that to the butter as it melts. And we just want to soften this and get a little colour on the onions. I'll also add a pinch of salt too, so it does release some of the moisture so they don't burn. Okay, now while they're cooking, I'm going to prepare the parsley. Parsley stalks, so much flavour. We throw them out, but we shouldn't because they're fantastic to use for something just like this. So finely chop about a tablespoon worth of parsley stalks. I have given them a wash, and we'll also add them to our onions. And we'll just soften them and mellow down their flavour too. A few cloves of garlic, 1 or 2 depending on how large they are, and we'll just finely slice that. And then in that goes. Another little stir. Now while that's cooking away, let's get onto the eggs. Now because this is quite a large pan, I'm going to need a lot of eggs. It's going to serve 4 people, so we need 8 eggs. I'm going to add some extra flavours to this, some ricotta. It's really going to give us a light texture and also a really creamy flavour too. So with your hands, crumble a large handful of full fat ricotta. None of that light stuff, it won't work. And now for the eggs, 8 eggs that will crack into our ricotta. Now I'm using asparagus and goat's cheese for this, but the best thing about frittata is it's something that you can alternate as you like, depending on what you have in your fridge. Sometimes I have some leftover roast vegetables, fantastic with eggs. Even some frozen peas on standby work for a really cheap, delicious meal. Now last egg. Beautiful fresh eggs there. And now I'm going to add some freshly cracked pepper and a generous pinch of salt. And now using a whisk, I'm just going to break up those yolks and give this a really good whisk until it's all combined. Okay, this is looking good. There's still a few little speckles of ricotta, but that's okay because I do like the flavour and the pop of that texture of the ricotta once it's cooked. Now let's move on to our asparagus. I've just cut my asparagus in half lengthways just to make sure that they cook in the same amount of time as our eggs. If they're really large asparagus, just like this one, I'll even go as far as quartering them just like this. This is really just for presentation. If you like, you can cut them into small rounds. Now these go into the pan with our onions. You can see that they've softened, slightly coloured, and we just want to warm up our asparagus. I'll add another splash of extra virgin olive oil. Fantastic. And then just spread them out and, like I said, coat them in the onion and distribute them. Now I'm going to turn this just down, just on a low heat, and we can add our lovely egg mixture. So we'll pour that in. Now I'm just pouring this in quite carefully because I want the asparagus to stay in their spot. Now you just want to wait a moment just so those eggs set on the outside. And you can see that happening just here. But then with your spatula, we're going to push the curds very gently and allow the raw egg to just drizzle into those spots. When it comes to a frittata, it's all about even cooking. So by doing this, we're just allowing the egg to cook quite evenly. Perfect, really happy with that. Now it's time to finish off the cooking. So like I said, the oven is preheated, 180 degrees. We just want to set the top. I like mine to be slightly runny in the center, but you can cook this as you like. For a 30 centimeter, this is going to take roughly 10 to 12 minutes in the oven, or until it's just slightly jiggly in the center. Wow, look at this. I'm so happy with it. You can see how all of those asparagus have stayed in their place and the eggs puffed up, and it's just slightly jiggly and soft in the center. Just perfect. Just first of all, give it a quick shake, and you can see because this is non-stick, it is just going to slide out seamlessly. I'll just pop a little spatula underneath the eggs, just like that, and then pop that onto a large platter. Wow, look at that. So happy with how that's turned out. Now we did say it's a goat's cheese frittata, so I'll add that now. I like to add it quite fresh just at the end, so you get really nice pops of saltiness from the cheese, and we'll just dot that around on the plate. Big chunks, little chunks, however you like it. And now for some parsley, just a few sprigs that will just pick directly over the frittata so it just falls over the top. Wow, that looks so good. And now the finishing touches, some freshly cracked pepper and some nice, good quality extra virgin olive oil for this. Drizzle over the top. Yummo. Eggs. The simple things are always the best. A frittata takes 12 minutes to cook, and you can add whatever you like. I must say though, asparagus and goat's cheese, it's a winner.